to Pick a Licks, the Dream Band podcast, with me, Dan Dan, and my co-host, who's just bought himself a Fractal FM3, Danny Beardsley.
Pick a Licks.
Dude. What are you laughing about?
You know how many listeners are actually going to know what that is?
A Fractal... I mean,
this episode is pretty like gear related, so I think most of the listeners tuning in are going to be...
It's gear related. It's a gear related thing. So, you explain, Danny. I mean, people have got Google. They could just Google it.
I'll paint a picture. It's a digital guitar solution.
An all-in-one?
An all-in-one. Yeah, you called it Endgame.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, it's badass.
We do later talk about the digital versus analog conundrum.
I knew you'd say that word. I was hoping you'd say that word.
I love the word conundrum.
Yeah, it's a great word.
So we talk about that in more detail. But what's your findings of it first of all, Danny?
Well then, I am an avid valve amp user. In particular, anyone who knows me knows that I absolutely adore Orange. They are my favourite amps of all time. But sometimes I need a solution that is a bit more compact.
A lot more compact?
Yes, a lot more compact. So I've got some like guitar masterclasses at Confetti in Nottingham, or certain gigs that, you know, it's just difficult to transport gear and everything. And when you're in a tight schedule, when you're trying to go on stage around other bands, it's easier to have this like all-in-one solution where you can just go direct, basically. It's easier for vocals as well, because you can keep the volume down on stage. Yeah. But in the past, I have used Fractal gear. I used to have an XFX2, if you remember that thing.
Yeah,
like an old DVD player.
What was the green thing you had? Was that the green thing?
It had a green screen on it, like a proper... It had like a little green window.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah, with like loads of buttons and stuff. A great unit. And basically it simulates, for anyone who doesn't know, it's like simulates guitar amps, guitar speaker cabinets, microphones, any effect at all.
The whole whammy.
They've basically upgraded everything, and they released the XFX 3, and now they've made a compact version. This one's been out a few years now, but this is the Mark II Turbo.
I'm just going to say it again. I do hate the G66 branding on it.
Yeah.
The Fractal logo looks great.
Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it?
But that clip art piece of shit underneath it. Sorry, no disrespect to G66.
Clip art piece of shit.
Look at it.
I'm not keen, really.
It's hideous.
But they're
truly
great.
Hideous.
They're a great service. You buy it direct.
The website's hideous as well. Sorry.
You get it direct from the distributor, which you know because you're looking at the moment, aren't you?
So is the distributor G66?
Yes. Yeah, for Europe and the UK.
It doesn't need the brand. Can you pick that off? I'd be picking mine off.
Put a sticker over it.
I'm getting the hairdryer when I would.
It'll probably catch fire.
From what I've played around with it, Danny, it's been amazing so far.
Yeah, it's an amazing unit. Absolutely amazing. And at first I thought, it's only got 3 foot switches and it's going to be a bit kind of limiting. But it's not. It's like endless possibilities how you can configure it all. But the bass tone you messed around with. I actually created Dan a bass tone that he didn't pretend to be sick while listening back to it. He was actually like, I can't believe it. You actually came up with it. I know.
Normally I've got a lot of fiddling to do after you made a bass tone.
Yeah.
And actually,
with this, it was loads easier.
We don't know what it sounds like in the mix, though, do we yet?
Yeah, it'll work.
It'll work. Will it mix?
Will it blend?
But there is something about that real amp, though, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
I mean, I had an 8x10, didn't I?
Yeah.
And can you remember that valve amp I had?
Of course I do.
Was it PV VB2 or whatever it was?
It's what you used at Scalar. I'm sure of it.
Did I use that at Scalar? Did I not have the SVT by then?
I seem to remember having that beast.
It might have been the PV beast. There was like tube.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like, as a bass player, standing in front of your amp and it almost blowing your clothes off.
Yeah, but most venues now are like, they're telling you to turn down more and more, and then you just end up relying on the monitors anyway. I mean, obviously the amp's providing something behind you, but
normally wind.
It's
providing like a a wind tunnel.
A speaker cabinet is at the height of like projecting right at your legs. So it's not
an 8x10.
Well, majority of it. I mean, you're shorter than me, so it's like you're in the firing line a little bit more. But I don't know. It's just. And the cool thing is, the reason why I went for this unit, not to bore everyone, there's like Neural DSP as well, which I don't know. Some people really like it. I didn't connect with it as much as I did with the Fractal stuff, but this is quite easy to integrate with an analog rig. So for gigs where I've like, right, I can use my amp, thank God, I can configure this to just handle the effects in the effects loop.
Decent. Yeah.
So, you know, it's
you
just...
can still use your Orange as well.
and it acts as a backup as well. So if your amp goes down, you're like, well, I'll quickly switch over and go direct. So
I'm very impressed by it so far.
I imagine Dan will be getting one for his post rock project.
My post rock project. It's got some great guitar tones on there.
Anyway, how you been?
I've been good, thank you. No, I'm just checking myself. No injuries. No, nothing bleeding. I'm just back from Whitby.
Yes,
Whitby
tell the listeners what you've been doing.
Just walking around Whitby.
The videos made me laugh though.
Yeah, so I had to change my shoes twice that day.
I know.
So I went down for a little walk along the sea, and the sea got me. That's the only way to say it, really. The sea got me.
I don't know how can you not see the sea coming towards you? Was you distracted on your phone?
I was doing a video.
Yeah, you were distracted on your phone.
And I was videoing off into the distance, and I didn't realise the bloody sea had come to me. So that was the first time, so I had to go back, trunch back, change your clothes. I went back, got changed, got new shoes on, went back down, encountered some quicksand. I didn't know quicksand was that real. It was all flobby. The sand was all like flobby, then it like sucked me in again. That second pair of shoes and socks ruined.
How many pairs did you take with you?
I had 4 pairs of socks.
How many pairs of shoes?
2.
So you didn't foresee that happening, did you?
The first lot were drying on the radiator for when I got back, so thankfully I could change again.
You didn't take a coat as well, did you?
I forgot a coat.
I bet you were cold.
It was very cold, but the hat made me sweat, so the hat seemed to manage all the warmth of my body in one go.
You lose quite a bit of heat out the top of your head, don't you?
Well, yeah, not when you've got a hat on, you don't.
Yeah, I mean...
It boils you internally.
It boils your bollocks.
It does boil your bollocks, yeah. And then I walked up to Dracula's castle.
Yeah.
Whitby Abbey.
Yeah, have a nice time there, did you?
Yeah, I identified, because I wanted to go back at night. Yeah. I wanted to break in.
Nothing quite like a felony.
Trespassing is not a crime. It says, I checked, it's not a crime, but there was security around, so in the end, I did pussy out. But I did identify a bit of wall that was low enough to climb over.
Yeah, but you've got to be careful with the ankle.
And there was a pond directly the other side.
What was it? Well, I mean, you'd already got your feet wet, so...
But there was a security van in the car park, and then the car that was kind of following me as I went round.
Yeah.
They could have been not security, just like assessing me to kill or something.
Huh?
But no, it didn't happen. I was fine.
How was the drive there and back? All right?
Yeah.
2.5 hours?
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
That coffee was strong, wasn't it? And made you feel...
Thank you. I forced you to make me a coffee, don't I? Like, Daddy, I require a coffee before I go.
Fucking hell.
Very nice.
It's like rocket fuel.
So what have you been up to? Have you been up to anything? Apart from just messing about with FM3?
I've been trying to do I'm trying to get my voice back in shape. I'm having a bit of trouble with it at the moment. I think probably overthinking a bit rather than just singing.
That sounds like you. You've been singing some new choruses?
No, the same ones. No, I've got that new album that I'm recording, and I've got a live drummer lined up now for the live shows.
Oh, and you got a Parallax gig, haven't you, lined up as well?
I've got a Parallax gig lined up.
It's very rare, so
yes.
Please, I mean, if you like instrumental prog rock,
yep,
it's perfect. Come and see it. It's amazing.
April 18th at the Old Sal.
I'll be there. Danny will be there, of course. Ben Finch on bass, one of our previous guests, and Dave Wright on drums, another previous guest.
Yep. You can listen to their episodes everywhere.
Okay.
What
have you been listening to?
Right, okay.
Are you going for it?
I'm going for it. Carnival.
The new album.
In verses.
I haven't done the whole thing yet, so I'm a little blind on this.
I think I'm 85% of the way through.
Do you have a standout?
Let's have a look. How many tracks on the album I've not listened to just yet? Oh, so I've not listened to track 10 yet. I've not got that far.
So just one track you're missing?
Yeah, so this is their 4th album. 13 years it's taken.
God.
It's so worth it, though.
It sounds incredible. From what I've heard so far, the production is elite.
Yes. It's
elite production.
It's only February, and this is the album of the year for 2026.
It's a very bold
Nothing
claim.
will top it.
Bold claim.
Nothing. So track 1, Ghost, when that kicks in.
Oh my God, what's happening with the bass?
It was like it sounded
drops out, doesn't it?
And then...
Is it like a sliding chord?
Yeah, there's a lot of grit.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, horrible, but beautiful. There's beauty in that horror.
It sounded like he farted through his bass.
Yeah, it almost sounds like he just ripped the string off and then another string's been there to replace it. So, something's going down with that. I need to watch that live.
Yeah, incredible.
Need to see that,
But you know, when it starts and there's like that, like, kind of nice drum groove, you think, oh, this sounds like... It sounds big at that point.
Yeah, it does already big,
and
it kind of like, just like a mini kick in, doesn't it? And I thought that was what you was talking about when you went, wait for this to kick in.
And then you were, because I saw your reaction.
And you was like, hold on. And then...
I nearly crashed the car.
Again.
It was like...
Sir, what happened? Officer, and then, I was just listening to the Carnival.
Yeah, for any Guthrie Govan fans out there,
which should be all of you.
Track 6, a track called Reanimation. He plays a solo on that song.
What was it, staccato triplets that you loved?
Yes. It's something that he does loads. He does it loads, and it just builds so much tension. So, I mean, obviously we said this earlier, he's got the ability to play anything as fast as he wants, smoothly as he wants. But he's really reserved on this solo. There's only like this little kind of staccato triplet line, and then he just ascends into this crescendo of screaming high notes. I mean, he's definitely up to like giving the 24th fret some beasting.
It is incredible.
So, yeah, amazing. Dude, what have you been listening to?
My usual lot. So when I've been in Whitby, I've had an audiobook on the go, actually. Should I talk about the audiobook?
Please do.
I've been listening to Blood Orange by Harriet Tice, who was in The Traitors.
Oh,
she's the barrister that no one listened to on The Traitors.
I think that's the one that I've listened to.
Yeah, so it's a very, very good audiobook. If you want murder, if you want sex, if you want just the workings of the criminal justice system, give it a listen. It's very, very good.
How far are you finishing it?
I've done it, finished it.
Oh, you have finished it, sorry.
9 hours over the last few days.
It must be good then. You really threw yourself into it.
And then I've been listening to Mogwai.
Of course, because...
we're going to see them next weekend.
Indeed. Rock City?
Rock City, yeah. I've not. Last time I went to see them at Rock City, they didn't have the new sound system that Rock City's now got. So, and it was like incredible last time. Soundscape, dude, the sound envelops you.
Envelops? I like that word.
I really hope you enjoy it.
I'm sure I will.
You listen to the Mogwai for Danny playlist, didn't you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really good.
There you go.
Yeah, it's nighttime driving music. That's what my conclusion was.
Last time I saw them play, they had 2 songs that used a microphone. So
I didn't mind the vocals because they were like heavily affected in a creative way.
They don't tend to play a lot of songs with vocals, so
yeah, which keeps you happy.
Yeah, I'd rather them just shut up, to be honest.
Shut the fuck up. Just play your instrument. Are they going to be analog or digital?
That's far too harsh.
Are they going to be analog or digital, do you think?
I think they'll be analog.
I think they'll be analog. I
get that vibe. Analog and good analog foot pedals.
Foot pedals.
I think that's the way they normally go. But there will be keys galore.
The bass might go direct.
I'm sure we had a 8x10 last time.
Of course. Completely necessary. It's going to be loud, probably, isn't it?
It's going to be incredibly loud, yeah.
You can take some earplugs?
No.
Oh, dude, you've got to look after your ears. You've got to look after your ears.
I've only got, 10, 15 years left?
Of hearing?
Of life.
That's a freaking cheery comment.
I've got less left than I've done. So there's no point in looking after your ears anymore, is there, at that point? I should have looked after them earlier. I didn't.
Your ears are all right though, aren't they?
I've missed the opportunity. Yeah, it's been fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Never worn earplugs.
What? Say again.
Sorry? Oh, shall we... do you want to talk about the guests this week, Danny?
Yes, I've been looking forward to interviewing this guy because I've followed his YouTube presence since the dawn of time, it seems.
The dawn of time.
The dawn of time.
What's that? And hundreds of billions of years ago.
And they always he interviews all the like amazing guests, like really inspiring musicians that I've looked up to for years. And there's always something cool to learn. And any time that there's some gear that, you know, if you're like, oh, I want to hear what that sounds like or see what the feature set is,
it'll be on there.
Andertons is the... Andertons TV. Andertons TV is the one that I normally head for because I like the humour on there as well. But they do cut out a lot of. You can see that they cut out some inappropriate material at times. As do we.
Well, we probably should cut out more, but we don't. But it was a great episode. A really nice talking to him. Cool guy. It's Captain Anderton.
Enjoy. It's the captain.
Welcome.
I feel like my background doesn't look as cool as yours. And I've also made the fatal mistake of about half an hour ago running a cleaning cycle on my coffee machine here, which says in the manual takes 10 minutes and half an hour later is still doing it. So I'm hoping we can just delay the start of this until it. We can talk about something else, the weather or whatever.
Oh yeah,
it stops making a terrible noise every 20 seconds or so.
No problems. We can talk about shit for 10 minutes if you like.
Yeah, of course.
Tell us about your podcast.
Well, it's a dream band podcast, so we get people such as yourself, people in the industry, to talk about their dream band lineup.
I think it stopped.
Hey.
Yeah, good man. All right, well, look. Yes, my dream band lineup. Blimey. I think this might be the most cliched podcast you've ever done, but we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah. Well, we've got some rules, but we'll get to them anyway. But
okay, all right.
We'll introduce ourselves anyway, Lee. I'm Danny.
And I'm Dan.
Nice. That'll be easy to remember.
Very easy to remember.
If you just say Dan, one of us will respond.
Yeah.
Basically. To be honest, Lee, I feel like I know you because I've watched pretty much every single Andertons TV video that you've put out since the beginning.
It's a shocking waste of your millions of hours of your life, but thank you.
It's very lightly entertaining, much like...
No, that's the plan.
Yeah.
That was I do feel like we jumped on this YouTube bandwagon. Do you know, it was earlier this week was our 16th anniversary of the first video we ever put out on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my word.
So I feel like we jumped on that bandwagon early doors. We absolutely thought that QVC was the thing. You know, it's like, here's a deal, buy this thing, da, da, da. And we very quickly realized that actually just having fun and sharing the joy of playing the guitar and doing it with a buddy like you two are doing on the podcast was that was the magic formula. And actually the products that are in the videos really are largely irrelevant. Not irrelevant, but they're second. That's the secondary reason why somebody watches.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, you know, I'll watch this because it's a bit of a laugh, and 20 minutes there might be something funny, there might be some okay guitar playing, and I might learn a bit about the product they're talking about. But it's not like a heavy. You got to buy this, man. You know, it's the greatest thing you've ever seen. So, which is, I think, still where so many YouTube channels, especially retailer-backed ones, haven't worked that out yet.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a sales guy on YouTube trying to flog them something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think that's the same for artists as well. I remember reading that people connect more with the actual personality than they do the actual product itself, i.e. the music or the merch and everything.
Even at a music level.
Yeah, even at a music level.
Wow. You're probably at some, yes. You're probably right, aren't you? I mean, that's why, especially youngsters, you know, posters on the wall and all that kind of stuff. They're idols, aren't they? And you know, that's who they want to be. So interesting. Interesting.
Well, do you want to talk about we like to call this the origin story, Lee? How did you get started with music and guitar and?
Did I ever have a choice? You know, and I'm the third generation of Andertons in the music in this business. So my father and my grandfather, in fairness, started it at the same time. They were both drummers, and my granddad had retired from the police force and had got his. You get the option to take a lump sum pension if you've done 30 years service. So he did that, and my dad was 18 years old, and he'd left school at 16 and worked in music shops in London for a couple of years. So he had a bit of a, you know, feel for what it might be to have a music store. And anyway, so that's what they did in 1964. And then I, as a kid, I always remember feeling it was cool that my dad owned the music shop in Guildford.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although I wasn't terribly musical myself. And then I I started working Saturdays and summer holidays and stuff when I was about 14. And I learned to play guitar. Do you know what? I'm a bit... Everything must have been happening around about the same time. Like, so I was sort of learning to play guitar and working in Andertons at the same time. And it's a bit chicken and egg. I would have to probably say that I suspect I started learning to play the guitar because I thought the store was such cool. It was just full of like, it's almost a shame in a way that music shops like that can't really survive anymore, because it was such a bunch of mad people. Like, it was a tiny shop, you know, with like 5 or 6 staff. Every single one of them was either an aspiring musician or an alcoholic failed musician. There was no normal, there were no career music store people. You know, it was like, that was the start. Every single one of them was a laugh. Customer service was questionable, I'm sure. You know, like, it was classic. Like, it wouldn't, but again, the customer base at that time was, I don't really think there was this idea of the doctor or the professional person that just decided they wanted to play guitar. The customers were all as mad as the staff, so it kind of worked. Everyone was basically trying to be a musician. And as a result of that, it was a real cottage industry. You know, it was like a tiny business, but ever so fun. And then I guess I left college, and I basically messed up my time at college, so there was no chance of me going to university or anything like that. And I didn't really want to anyway. And I just said to my dad, let me just be full time in the shop, and and I think there was a weird sort of set of events. So this was around about the time that actually you had that baby boomer generation who had all grown up wanting to be like with the Beatles and the Stones as a kid. And they'd all basically had their children, and they'd had success, and they'd made some dough, and you were getting this emerging sort of baby boomer generation of wealthy professional people who went, you know what, I'm going to buy that guitar that I wished I could have had in the 60s.
Yeah.
And they didn't want the crazy musician mental. They didn't want that. You know, they wanted to go shopping in somewhere where they might go buy their hi-fi from, or their whatever it is that they were going to buy. And I just think I could see that opportunity, and I wasn't, much as I loved the vibe of the old music store, I wasn't one of those failed alcoholic musicians. You know, I could see it maybe through a different set of eyes.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, and we had a team of people as well, a couple of other guys that deserve a lot of credit as well. And my dad was still involved as well, so he deserved some credit. We all kind of bought into this idea that actually things were changing, and actually the opportunity now was, if we were going to grow the business, to be a bit smarter and a bit less intimidating. Music shops were crazy intimidating if you didn't know what you were doing back then. You know, it was hardcore. So we thought we could try and break those barriers down, and we thought we could be a bit more professional, and we started ranging displays a bit more professionally, and all that kind of stuff. So we had quite a bit of success through the 90s. And that set us up nicely going into the noughties, where the internet came along. Yeah. And again, I was still young enough at that point to not be frightened of the technology, and maybe to see it a bit more of an opportunity, whereas many of my competitors were seeing it as a threat or a novelty. So we embraced that online thing. And then again, 6 or 7 years after that, YouTube came along. And I think by that time, what was quite good about Andertons was I had already stopped working on the sales floor. And my role in Andertons was this sort of, I had the thinking space and the thinking time to just go, I wonder what else we could do. So I could, I was able to do that. And then of course I really think, my greatest, I don't know, I don't want to picture myself as this sort of super business guru thing. But I think my greatest strength in Andertons is I've always got who the customer is.
Yeah. That's important, isn't it?
Yeah. So And when I say the customer, I mean the customer that's me, the guy that isn't in a professional band, is just doing it for fun, loves aspiring to own the guitar that Eric Clapton plays or John Mayer plays or whoever that is, you know. So I've always got that, and I kind of feel like with YouTube, we sort of, I could be you on, you know, I'd be asking the same questions you'd want to ask. I'd be playing maybe at a level that you were playing at. So I wasn't this like virtual, you know, I was relatable.
Yeah. Yeah, that matters.
And and also as well, I don't take myself too seriously. I like a laugh. I'm a big believer that, you know, I never wanted Andertons to be like a vanilla, you know, I don't want to be the John Lewis of, you know, of the guitar. You know, and I think some retailers have aspired to that and have actually been successful at doing that. But, you know, I wanted to be edgy and a bit of personality, and always, you know, every video that we make has 5 minutes of content that gets edited out because you go, yeah, that was probably a bit
I can tell
too far. You know, I must admit, there's probably some career-ending stuff out there as well, and there's probably loads of stuff that actually 98% of people would love to see.
Yeah,
but we're always a bit. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we kind of, you know, that's my thing, and then it's just been, just. I mean, it's bonkers now. You know, we Andertons employs 150, 160 staff.
Wow.
It's a huge operation. You know, it's you know, for many brands in the UK, it'll be either the biggest or the second biggest retailer that they deal with, and obviously globally, the reach of the YouTube channel's gone mad. So you know, I get dealers in America that are 10 times the size of Andertons saying, you know, when you do a video, we see the sales shoot up. And
that's amazing.
You know, commission then.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Send a check in the post, please.
Yes, exactly. But I do think as well, I've got a relatively young family. I always wanted to be able to have a balance of sort of family life, so that you know, we've not gone down the path of multiple stores, international growth. You know, the whole thing is get to work, do a great job, have a good laugh, go home, see the kids, put them to bed.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
man after my own heart there.
That's a dream,
literally, I'm living the dream. Yeah, basically. So yeah, there's the origin story in 5 minutes.
Amazing.
I think.
No, I was talking to Dan actually about, I hope you take this the right way, but watching your guitar work from the beginning when the YouTube channel started, you've always been a very good guitar player, but over the last, like, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 years, your playing has progressed so much with, like, your theory and your technique and your playing, you know, with, like, the improv sections you do with beat and everything. It's really great to see, like, I know there's so much feel in your playing and that, so.
Yeah. I think I'm probably like most guitar players. You know, I've been playing the guitar for, 40 years. Something like that. Yeah, we'll go about 40 years. And honestly, I up until probably 3 or 4 years ago, I just had 37 years of playing the minor pentatonic scale over everything. So I got quite good at, you know, I had reasonable vibrato, but honestly, it was such a massive light bulb moment when, and I can't give any one person all the credit, but you know, it'll be a combination of Justin Sanderco and Pete Honore and all the guests that we've had on, but bizarrely, even people like Taylor and Oz who are behind the scenes, just everybody just put in there, just absorbing it all. And then one day, and it really was a light bulb moment, I think I just about worked out that actually there is a major scale that's exactly the same shape as the minor scale. You just play in a different position and that can work sometimes. But the light bulb moment was just listen to the music that you're playing along to.
Yeah.
And play to the music. I think most of us just play over the music.
Yeah.
And we know some scales and we find the key and we stop listening to the music and we just play those scales over the music. So I think, and then there's a point at which you do, and it's quite I don't think it doesn't involve playing faster or learning more complicated licks or, that's a different form of practice. It's just a consciousness to go, okay, here's what the vocal melody is doing in this tune. Here's the vibe, here's the tempo, is it feeling sad? All that kind of stuff, and just going. So, and this is, you'll hear this lots from really good guitar players. It's like, don't play anything here. That's the most effective thing that you can do. So that I think was, and I think once I discovered this idea of listening to the music, it ignited this flame in me to go like, I could get actually quite a bit better if I just put some more practice in and just. So I'm still a crap. I'm a crap student. So I'm unteachable basically because I can't. My brain switches off and goes, I'm not interested in what you're telling me. I just want to play guitar.
Yeah,
so
that's a good way to learn though. Doing it.
Yeah, that's my way of figuring out. It's annoying, really, because there's so many people out there with the best will in the world going, let me show you this, Lee. I'm just like, don't care.
Yeah. Shut up.
But so I think that's it has been a joy, and I do look back at some of the videos and the playing and stuff, and I do just go, wow, you fair play, Lee. You have got better in the last
definitely.
3 years.
Long may it continue as well, Lee.
Well, how much better I get, I don't know. I'm not. I just cannot get. I can't do the legato speed thing. I wonder if that almost is if you haven't got that nailed down by the time you're 18. I wonder if the brain can ever, like you want to be a proper speed merchant, and not a proper speed merchant, but like guys like Revere that I watch playing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And John Connon and Revere and those guys who are just amazing at a technical level. I just don't know if that is. Well, I suppose anything's possible, right? If you put the time in.
Yeah, I think you've got to. Most of my practice is in the evenings when my little girl's gone to bed, because I have to fit it around her. And then if there's any opportunity when we've got TV on, I'm practicing all that sort of stuff while the TV's on. So I'm trying to get it like subconsciously, I guess. But we'll have to have a trip to Andertons at some point.
Yeah,
it's an amazing shot. I've been there a few times now. In fact, I've got this. I ordered this kit from you.
The drum kit behind you.
Yeah,
cool.
Roland, whichever one it is for the the sensitive snare.
The sensitive snare.
Is your whole room orange, or is it just the back of the podcast?
It's a pale orange behind, and then
it's a feature wall.
Yeah, feature wall. And then the guitar racks down there. Everything's stacked up down there.
Got the bugle up there.
Yeah, we've got
a studio bugle.
A studio bugle. I see your bugle.
Oh, here we go. Look, he's going to out-bugle us.
I raise you.
What the hell's that?
What is that?
Exactly.
Describe that to the listeners, Dan.
When my dad retired, now we're in quite an old building, and we're in the top. My office and his old office was basically in like a converted loft. So there's quite a lot of eaves storage, and I found it in the eaves. And my dad doesn't even really know. He's like, do you know what? I think I've had that, and I don't really know what it is either. It was made by a company called A.T. Howson and Co. in New Cross Road, London.
Wow!
And it is called a phono fiddle. Probably calling something back these days. But it's a strung instrument that I think you're supposed to probably play with a bow. It's only got one string, and then the noise comes out the horn.
That's incredible.
Oh yeah, get that on Antiques Roadshow.
Sons, if you are watching, you can borrow this for your next album if you want. But yeah, there you are.
Miss Sugar are going to get in touch.
Yeah, can you imagine? That's the music we really want to hear.
Oh, yes.
The Phono Fiddle album from Miss Sugar. It's everything wrong.
You beat our bugle anyway. We need to.
Yeah. You've actually had one of our friends, we used to be in a band with him on your show, actually, Richard Shaw.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, we used to be in a band called Emperor Chung together.
I remember him talking of that.
Yeah, so we played Darno together. And then
I was going to say, that did quite well, that band, didn't it?
yeah, and then he joined Cradle for how long?
A good few years.
Good few years, and then did Inglorious and stuff like that. So and you've had Seth Backus on, so I've got one of his guitars.
Yeah, Seth, we had showing us his guitars. I mean, there's a couple of really decent luthiers in the UK, aren't they, that probably don't get the credit they deserve. But yeah, Seth makes some beautiful guitars.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful.
So no, going back to Richard, my memory of him was just what a broadly talented guitar player he was. You know, and then obviously did the Cradle of Filth gig, and you end up sort of going, I don't know if that's even... you could see him doing that, and then absolutely see him doing some sort of pop thing at a wedding, you know, as in another.
Yeah.
He's a very talented, nice guy.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy.
I haven't spoken to him for absolutely ages, although he does pop up on my Instagram feed, you know, from time to time. So
he does all the Lick Library stuff now. I think that keeps him busy the most. But
awesome.
Yeah,
small world, isn't it?
Small world.
It is indeed.
Right, shall we start the Dream Band process?
Let's start that Dream Band process. Let's start the Dream Band process.
I suppose we ought to.
We ought to.
So first of all, you need to pick what you're going to be in this Dream Band. So what position are you? You have to be in the band, by the way.
Well, I've got to be a guitar player, haven't I? I mean, I used to sing like in school productions and things like that, and so I'd love to, but I'm quite sort of, I sing along in the car and think to myself I'm all right, and then I kind of stop myself for a minute and I listen to a bit, you know, and so I'm too nervous. But yeah, I don't think I wouldn't be a great frontman, I don't think. So I would, I'll just happily play guitar but you know, I think I'd be a lead guitar player. I'd like to be doing the solos, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Any backing vocals? You could use your vocal skills as backing, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I've been looking for the right thing.
Maybe I would, you know, so just a bit of low level, you know, fill the space rather than, you know, impress anybody. I'm not sure I'm sort of Richie Sambora levels of backing vocal. I think I'd be sort of, you know, just making a noise over on the side slightly. Probably the sound man going to turn that one down.
Yeah. That was a great example. I'm glad you mentioned him. But, I mean, this is the Dream Band, Lee, so we can upgrade vocal ability if you want to have Richie Sambora's voice, you've got it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
We'll inject it into you.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
I don't know how.
If I could have Richie Sambora's voice to you know, that'd be amazing.
Awesome.
He's a rock star.
So,
he's up there. He might be in my band.
You're a guitar expert. You've played probably every version of a guitar that you can even imagine. What would your dream guitar be in this band?
I mean, it's funny actually. So it would be a Strat, and it would probably be, you know, a Strat that I love that sort of turn of the sort of late 70s going into the 80s where guitar players started to realise that they could go to people like Grover Jackson or Wayne Charvel or whoever, you know, and they go, oh, you know, we can flatten the profile of your fretboard and we can slap a humbucker in the back. And I'm not sure if I'd be a Floyd guy, but, you know, I'd do something. So I think I would come out of something that looked like a super cool 60s era Strat, but with some 80s mods on it would be perfect.
Nice. It sounds like a Dan Huff guitar that you'd
could be.
for.
I mean, another amazeballs guitar player. Probably maybe not as far as he's got that crazy looking Tyler thing, hasn't he? With all the sort of the. So I'm not sure.
I'm not keen on the headstock.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste, the old Tyler headstock, isn't it? I know. I think just like maybe more like the Mike Landau kind of thing. You know, just like a hot rodded up 60s Strat.
Yes.
Frankenstrat.
I even say, you know, even Richie Sambora.
Oh
yeah.
You know, would have been. But having said that, if you went back to the early 80s, that's kind of like all the guitars were basically like that. So something like that.
Here's a controversial question.
Ooh.
Are you plugging it into a digital rig or an analog rig?
If you'd have asked me that 3 months ago, I'd have been very belligerent with my response and have gone, of course, Valve, because it's the only thing that sounds good.
Ooh.
And I think I've become, long story short, I moved house about 6 or 7 months ago, and I've got now in that house a music room with my guitars in it and a computer set up and all that kind of stuff, which I've never had before. And I am now beginning to realize that everything has its place. And if you're trying to do a certain job, then maybe a plugin is the right thing. If you're trying to do another job, then maybe a Cortex style product is the right thing. If you're trying to do another job, then maybe a valve amp and pedals is the right thing. If you said to me, money no object, roadies no object, volume no object, all that kind of stuff, there is still only one winner. And of course, you have to have a great sounding valve amplifier with a great sounding cabinet and all your favorite pedals. And I almost feel that the only people who disagree with me on that will be the ones that have never played through one.
Yeah, you need to experience it.
I do think you need, honestly, but I do get that if you're talking about value for money, and you're talking about what to play at home, and you're talking about recording into a DAW, or blah blah blah, or you need 50,000 different presets to do the gig that you're trying to do, or you're playing some much more modern, maybe more experimental stuff where you're trying to pitch change and make synth sounds and all that kind of stuff. Maybe not, but for just for the greatest sounding organic 60s, 70s, 80s rock and roll guitar sounds, I actually still don't even think it's close. It's just valve amps do a thing, not just valve amps through great speakers do a thing that nothing else does yet.
Yeah, well, I think it even goes as far as like having a valve amp into a load box with IR. It still doesn't feel the same as a speaker cabinet.
You know what? I mean, we've done tons of videos like this, and I think this is part of why YouTube is such a bad platform to try and get this argument across, because it's the volume.
Yeah, you've got to be in the room, haven't you?
You've
got to feel it. You've got to feel it.
You've got to be in the room. There's no point me miking up a cabinet and then you listening through your phone. You can't get as excited doing that as I am in the room doing it. So I think, just you get excited, your guitar gets excited. I mean that in terms of like feedback and all that kind of stuff. And I do think as well, God, this sounds like an Andertons video already with me just banging on. But
go for it.
I don't think yet we've generated the technology, the IR technology, to truly make a PA cabinet sound like a guitar cabinet. So I fundamentally think, even with the greatest digital modeling ever, the cleverest IR you can find, a good power amp, whatever, fundamentally, when that goes through a PA speaker, the bass end and the high end, and in fact everything, but particularly the bass end and the high end, is so different to how a guitar cab naturally wants to sound. I just still don't think we've... I mean, the guitar industry is a chicken and egg industry, isn't it? Because is the reason we seem to keep harking back to everything being better at the beginning, like guitars were the best in the 50s and the 60s, valve amps, is it just because all the good music got written then?
There is that association with it.
It's the
there?
association. And of course, even saying all the good music is subjective, right? But so much great music came out in that era. So many sounds were defined by music of that era. And that's what I mean by the chicken and egg. If it had been flipped round, if all of those songs had been written using like a Cortex and a PA cabinet, we'd probably feel the same, or I'd probably feel the same about that. I'd be going, no, Valve, don't do Valve. It doesn't sound right. Like this is the sound. So it's a familiarity rather than maybe a distinct, it's better or worse.
Yeah.
It's like if I want to sound like all the killer guitar sounds that came out from the 60s, 70s and 80s, it's just, for me, it's the golden era of guitar-based music. And so that's how I want to sound, and therefore I want to use the gear they were using. And
fair play.
Yeah.
I think roadies is a big thing there as well.
yeah.
If you ain't got to carry it yourself.
Well, I used
better,
a 4x12 for that thing over there, and I ended up getting rid of it. It was too heavy. My back was...
Again, I've spoken to... At both levels, you've just got guitar players that are just doing their band thing. They're doing functions and weddings and a few whatever, and they're just going, I just can't be bothered to take my amp anymore. The audience don't give a shit. I can't be bothered. It sounds fine.
Yeah.
Boom. So you go, okay, bit sad, but okay. Then you've got a touring level. You've got bands going. If we did a world tour with the kind of backline that Aerosmith are touring with, you spend £1 million just shipping the stuff.
To ship it around, yeah.
So, and again, do you just want to save £1 million then? Because again, the audience are only hearing your guitar stuff through the PA anyway.
Yeah, when it gets so
why not
big.
Just have a little digital solution. And so I think I completely get the practical argument of downsizing the gear. I sort of feel it's a bit sad, and I love the fact that people like Joe Bonamassa still, fly the flag and take his 6 stumbles. And
it's outrageous.
I'm not entirely sure much of the audience would notice if he decided not to.
I've seen Bonamassa a couple of times. I'm sure you have as well, but it's one of the best guitar tones I've ever experienced. Yeah. Honestly, it's a force. Oh my God, that's what a guitar is supposed to sound like.
I think if you're playing the kind of gigs that Bonamassa's playing, so you're playing like the Albert Hall, where you've got a couple of thousand people in there, it's a relatively small venue, most of the audience are probably hearing at least as much of his amps on stage, if not more, than they are through the PA.
Yeah, he's very loud.
If you're playing the O2 or Wembley Stadium,
no one's
hearing any of the amp on stage. I suspect the guitar player's barely hearing any of the amp on stage.
I think Bonamassa you can. I think he's the one exception. You can still hear his amps even in a stadium.
Yeah, maybe. But Download would be a good example, right? Yeah. It's a great example of you've got loads of bands, quick turnarounds. Everybody's hearing through the PA anyway. I mean, it's a bit sad, but I hope it's not. I hope it doesn't become. I genuinely think there is a generation of guitar players now, in their sort of 20s who've never heard an amp. They've heard what they think is an amp. They've heard a plugin that says this is a Vox AC30 or this is a Boogie Dual Rectifier or whatever, and they've formed opinions on what they like and don't like through that.
Yeah.
Well, they've never heard an amp, a real amp, and it's almost like I hope you don't go your whole life never hearing one, because it's an experience. It's a joyous experience, and it might change your perception on the gear you want to use, but.
It makes you play differently, doesn't it, Lee? So I play.
Volume definitely does.
Yeah, because I've got a digital solution as well. I mean, there's no other amp for me than Orange. Disclaimer.
I can see.
Yeah, I've been with Orange for I think it's 14 years this year.
A long time
as an ambassador for them, and it's just
amazing.
I absolutely love them. But there are shows where I want something that's a bit more
easier.
Easier. Transport purposes and my aching back, for one. But the thing is, the digital solutions are getting to a point now where, we said this the other day, it's close enough. It's a good solution to something.
It's close enough for what? Close enough for the audience not to notice, definitely. Close enough for a guitar player to truly reach the heights that they could go if they were maximum inspired with the most amazing guitar sound ever.
Yeah,
I'm not so sure. And I think there's a little bit of sadness in me of going, does Black Sabbath exist if those guys got together and were all plugged into their little quad cortex and a pair of,
it wouldn't be the same.
What do you think? It's like
it wouldn't be the same.
Don't know.
It wouldn't be the same.
We'll never know, will we? But there's part of me going, if I'd recorded that and I'd emailed it to Ozzy and, he'd listened to it on his phone, does Black Sabbath exist? I kind of feel not.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I could be wrong. I'm an old man. I accept that.
We're all getting old.
And I want to, I should say, overwhelmingly, if you're playing guitar and having fun, I don't really give a shit what you're using.
That's the bottom line at the end of the day.
You can ask my opinion, but ultimately, if a plugin has enabled you to play the guitar in a way that you couldn't have done before, then we're winning. It's like good.
Yeah,
I agree.
Absolutely.
Right, shall we move on to the rules, Danny?
We've got some rules,
Yes.
Lee. We've got some rules.
Do it.
Right.
Time for the rules, baby.
Rule number 1. No current or past band members in this band.
And
Yeah.
rule number 2, you can't choose more than one member from the same band.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy football rule, that one, isn't it? Okay.
It is,
Yeah.
it is, exactly. So you can't pick the whole of
Big Wreck.
Big Red.
Wow, do you know what? Thornley's not on my list. Maybe she could sing and play guitar. Oh, man.
He's on my bloody
Danny loves Thornley.
He's on my bloody list. I've watched that interview that you did with him probably 8 times. I loved it.
I still, that opportunity came up. Do you want to interview Ian Thornley from Big Wreck? And I'm just like, I'm not really familiar with them. Let me check them out. I check them out. I'm like, how is this band not the biggest band on the planet?
I agree.
It's like, yes, interview. Crazy guitar player. Anyway.
Amazing.
Great guy.
Right, we're going to go through step by step, Lee. We're going to go through member by member. So what we're going to do is start with your dream drummer.
Who are you picking?
Dream drummers will be, and this is where I do feel this is all going to get slightly cliche, okay? Because the first name that came to mind when you said dream drummer was John Bonham. Has there ever been a more groovy rock drummer ever?
He's a very popular choice.
How is it that guy plays? He's so identifiable by how he plays. He plays with this weird backbeat, but that still drives everything forward. I just think it's him not in Led Zeppelin is like Ringo Starr not in the Beatles.
Yeah.
It's just not Led Zeppelin anymore. So I've got John Bonham. I'm happy with that. As another really funky rock drummer who I think is massively underrated is Ian Pace from Deep Purple.
Ooh.
Who is a wicked, he's in that sort of Mitch Mitchell kind of vibe of, I think, again, like a really funky but rock drummer.
It's good honourable mention.
I've written down a couple of other guys who I just think are just fabulous drummers. And these are maybe slightly less rocky, but I've got Steve Jordan down and Nate Smith and just funky ass good drummers.
Yeah, I know why you picked them. They're really good.
I mean, if this is going to be a super group, then it's got to be John Bonham.
John Bonham.
Oh, yes.
Legendary drummer, honestly.
John Bonham with your...
And like I say, I apologise if he's in 87% of all the other podcast super groups that you've done.
No.
But he's just amazing.
Yeah. I love the sound of his kick drum. It's flipping huge.
The sound of his kit is massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, if he was still alive, he would just be... He'd just be a godlike status of legend.
I think the closest you can get to him is listening to Jason. He's the closest thing to him, isn't he?
I mean, it's just difficult, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure if you attempted to copy John Bonham, it's doable. But to have just before him and during him, there was no one like him. Anyway. It does help that all the songs are good as well.
Yeah,
definitely helps, doesn't it?
Strong choice. Right.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Your dream rhythm guitarist.
I think that's quite a hard category, isn't it? Because
that's very hard.
When you actually talk about rhythm guitar players, which guitar players out there were comfortable going, yes, that is what I do? Malcolm Young, yes, that is what I do. Brad Whitford, maybe, yes, that is what I do. probably a bit unfair to Brad because he plays a mean solo as well. And then I start to go, who else?
Yeah,
Who else? Guitar player?
Yeah.
I mean, it can just be your dream other guitarist.
Yeah.
So anyway, I did have. So I've got a slightly out there choice.
Ooh, okay.
So I had three rhythm guitar players that I like in my band.
Yep.
Think one you're going to ban because I probably have been loosely done performances with him that could be classed as a band. But one would be Danish Pete.
Strong
actually,
choice.
again, Danish Pete would happily and proudly say that professionally, so not on YouTube, but professionally, his job as a guitar player was to hold the band together.
Yeah.
I suppose is the sort of loosely a definition of a rhythm guitar player. And he's unbelievably good at being in a room with a bunch of musicians that have never met each other before and being the gel.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it on the Universal Audio videos you were doing together. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
really, really
it's
good.
quite amazing to see, and I think it's an undervalued talent. I think most people look at guitar players and go, well, how flash can you be?
Yeah.
And that's where I'll rate you. Anyway, so I won't pick Pete just because I think it's against the rules. I did put, and again, he's not in the least bit a rhythm guitar player, but I'd love to have Mark Knopfler in my band.
Ooh,
so I sort of had Knopfler down as maybe the other guitar player because he's, again, I think he would bring all kinds of amazing finger picky. He could do acoustics. I don't know. I think he'd be an amazing guitar player. But the guy I'm going to pick, because I just think he's amazing and he's got a great voice, so he could definitely do lead or BBs. And I think he's a fabulous guitar player, is Joey Landreth.
Oh, yes.
One of your favourites,
Yeah,
Danny?
I love
One
Joey.
of your favourites?
We're going to go
I'm
and
not
see him,
sure.
actually.
We got John Bonham and Joey Landreth. I don't know if it's already not working, but that's who I'm picking. And I suppose, when you talk to people who spend a lot of time on the road with each other, getting on with your bandmates is super important.
Yes,
and he's lovely, so I know I would get on with him. You've got his slide.
Yeah, I can't use it very well, that's for sure. He makes it look easy.
Yeah, Joey, if you don't mind being in my band, playing second fiddle to me, doing lead guitar.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a choice.
You're in. So that's who I've got.
Great choice. We're going to see them in, when is it, Danny?
I think it's April.
April, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't bought my tickets yet, but I will definitely. I'll go to the London one. I think it's at Chapel, isn't it, or something like that? But
yeah, I've seen him a few times now. I love it. And
what a
Ariel
band.
as well. We went to go and see Ariel as well, didn't we?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Again, another super player, and crazy talented in his own right.
Yeah, man.
But I just put that Let It Lie album on from bloody 10 or 12 years ago or whatever it is now.
It's a masterpiece, especially have you listened to the deluxe one with the acoustic?
Where it's acoustic on the first, I mean, it's
like, stop it.
It's another one of those albums, a bit like we've talked about Big Wreck before, which just go, how is that not big? How is that not an album that almost like every music fan owns?
It's like a initiation album. You need to listen to this.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
Great album. Yeah.
Next member.
Your dream bass player. Who you picking?
I'm not very good with bass players, I must admit.
Oh.
Is that a bass burn, is it?
No, not in the least. As in, I don't know the names of many great bass players. I'm looking at my list of people here and I'm sort of going, I'm picking off the charts amazing musicians, but not necessarily ones that are all going to gel into a really uber brilliant band here. But I'm going to go with, I've got three names on my screen here, and they're all would be amazing. I'll tell you the three names. So I've got Nathan East, Pino Palladino, and Tony Levin.
Oh, yeah.
All amazing.
It's all inspired, 80s and 90s inspired, and it's coming from things like masterpiece albums and singles from that period where those three guys were playing on the tracks.
Yeah.
And on that basis, probably the masterpiece of all masterpieces, in my opinion, probably means I should pick Tony Levin, because I think that Peter Gabriel So album has got some of the most epic music ever, and especially bass lines.
I've been listening to it this week.
Yeah.
You're always on a Peter Gabriel binge, aren't you?
I love Peter Gabriel.
I'm going to pick Pino Palladino.
Oh,
I'm going to pick Pino because he just... I met him once after a John Mayer gig, and he seemed cool. And I think it's probably largely because of all of the John Mayer stuff that he's done. I just think he's wicked.
Yeah, he's
and
amazing.
again, he's just doing the big. That's it. Just want that.
Yes, yeah. Groove City.
It's just Groove City, isn't it? So, Pino. Do you know what? We did do a session with the Andertons band with his son Rocco, and he's bloody talented as well.
What, bass player?
Yeah, on bass.
Oh, wicked.
So am I allowed to have the dad, even if I've maybe done a song with the son?
Yeah, you're allowed.
You're
allowed the dad.
Excellent.
A great honourable mentions as well.
We'll try Pino. And Nathan again. He's such a lovely guy, amazing, talented bass player. All three of those would be incredible to be in a band with, but I'm choosing Pino.
I think this is blending beautifully.
You know what? I think it will blend.
I think it's blending.
So far, anyway.
Yeah.
We do the vocalist next, or do you need that as the last piece?
We'll normally leave the vocalist till last.
Yeah, it's normally the cherry on top, isn't it? Let's face it.
Well, I was thinking because the other guitar player for me is the sort of the cherry on top one.
Okay. We'll save the guitarist till last then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to go.
I surrendered my heart, held from the start.
I think I've got two hyper cliche frontmen and one unlikely to be in your other. And one of these would very much define, I think, the kind of music that we would play. So I will do my cliche ones are Freddie Mercury and Steven Tyler. Like
Cliche, but amazing.
Yeah.
I know it is cliche, but
I mean, and I have to say on that one, can you imagine being in a band with Freddie Mercury? I mean,
insane.
Can you imagine being on a stage where one guy single-handedly holds 100,000 people in the palm of his hand by his pure energy,
Charisma.
and charisma.
Yeah.
And I know Steven Tyler is probably 99.99999% able to do that as well. But Freddie Mercury is just, and he could do everything from, heavy rock to opera, it's like everything.
He is the frontman.
once in a
So
lifetime.
I'm probably going to choose, but I tell you, my wild card
Ooh, go for it.
Drummer.
is Scott Weiland.
Oh,
Another great vocalist.
we're big grunge fans, so.
I've got a bit of I obviously doesn't have a huge, wasn't necessarily in the biggest of bands, wasn't alive long enough to, had the career that
that he deserved,
the other
really.
two had. But you know what? Every time those videos emerge of him, black trousers, shirt off, spiky blonde hair, snake hips, rocking around, it's like you do look at that and go, super fucking cool, excuse my French, front man, great voice. I love the Velvet Revolver bit that he did.
Yeah, it's got album, that is.
So, if Freddie and Stephen said, I'm a bit busy at the moment, I'd go with Scott as the, assuming he wasn't, but I'm just going to go Freddie. Freddie Mercury, can you imagine the stories that you would be able to tell your grandchildren from being on tour with Freddie Mercury would be off the charts.
Absolutely.
It's not just his voice, though, is it? It's his songwriting prowess as well.
I mean, if we were a songwriting band, for sure.
Perfectionist. Yeah.
What a lineup.
Yeah. I mean, everyone on YouTube knows that I bang on about this all the time, but the very first gig I ever went to, my dad took me to see Queen at Wembley, kind of Magic Tour, 1986.
First
and
gig.
It basically ruined live music for me forever. because every single show I've ever seen after that hasn't been as good.
Yeah.
And so I think I can it was such an impressionable age, such an experience to be in Wembley Stadium, and just to see like the Radio Gaga piece where you've got 100,000 people all doing the clap and and it's like the white trousers, the yellow kind of army jacket. I don't know. It's just I get goose pimples because they came out to they came out to oh man, what's the fried chicken down?
One Vision.
It's One Vision. And so what they've done, obviously the crowd's hyped, sport band's been on, it's all hyped, everyone's waiting. And then all of a sudden, the beginning of that song, which is this quite sort of weirdy, synthy sort of random noise, the whole stage fills up with dry ice smoke like that, massive. And then somehow they sort of blow this little tunnel through the middle of the dry ice for Freddie to... And he just appears as Brian May goes into the down, 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 down. And 100,000 people go absolutely fucking mental. And it's just like, I mean, like I said, that's 40 odd years ago. It will be 40 years this year.
Yeah.
And I literally can remember elements of that gig like it was yesterday. I'm literally emotional telling you about it. It was unbelievable. So Freddie Mercury is my singer. Gosh, we probably should have left him till last.
My dad went to that tour as well, you know, the Kind of Magic tour, and he gave me the T-shirt, which I still wear to this day.
Oh, there you go.
Do you know, I asked for Christmas, I got a record player for Christmas, and I was trying to collect some albums, and I said, can anybody get me the vinyl copy of that gig? So it's not in circulation anymore. I found a couple on eBay. They're like £1,000. I was like, yeah, I don't think you can have a CD. You can get a CD for about £6, but you know, like the actual vinyl is crazy expensive. So anyway, right.
Finale then. Right.
Finale, yes.
Built this up, mate. You've built this up quite a bit.
Well,
Dream lead guitarist.
Yeah, I'm now basically talking about the people who made me want to play the guitar and ultimately shaped the life that I've ended up having, you know. So it goes beyond these guys being amazing guitar players, and it becomes very much like a personal journey thing. And there's really only two that I can kind of credit with that. I'm sure if John Mayer had been doing his thing when I was 13 or 14, he would be on the list as well. But as obviously I was, you know, he wasn't. He's younger than I am, so he wasn't. But he deserves an honourable mention. So is it Eric or is it David? And of course I'm talking of the Clapton of Claptonshire versus the Gilmore of Gilmoreness.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
They were the two. That literally, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because the guy I wanted to be was Eric Clapton, and it was very much that late 80s era of the suit, you know, a bit Miami Vice, but you know, the suit, the cool hair, the maybe going through that. But it wasn't really a blues era. It was a sort of a pop rock, yacht rocky kind of era, I suppose, you know, with August and Journeyman and Behind the Sun. But the DVD that I saw that was like, I need to learn to play the guitar was the Delicate Sound of Thunder live show of Pink Floyd, where it was kind of the first big post Roger Waters leaving. David Gilmour is now firmly the guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And as a sound, I mean, I don't know what David Gilmour's, you know, that's the myth of that's the £1 million mega rack, everything, no expense spared lunatic rig, isn't it? And the sounds that he got on that album, on that show, are otherworldly.
It's a hard decision.
How do you choose? It's like choosing between your children, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Am I going Eric or David? It's really hard, isn't it? I'm going to say this is entirely maybe image now. I'm going away from the music into just what's the image. I'm going Eric.
Eric Clapton.
The sharp suit and the great looking hair from that sort of late 80s period has basically given Eric the gig over David.
Bless him.
He did have a smart look back then, didn't he, Clapton?
He looked great. He had Sheryl Crow on his arm, I think, for a little while during that bit. Who would want that, right?
And he's got a great voice as well.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of people vying to sing in this band.
Yeah.
Joey can sing, Eric can sing, Freddie can obviously sing.
Yeah, Freddie's all right, isn't he?
Yeah. Wow, what a band.
Yeah, you've created a bit of a monster there. Should we summarise?
Yeah, let's summarise the members. Right. Your dream band choices. Oh, yeah.
So on drums.
Oh, me, sorry, John Bonham.
Your guitarist, one of your guitarists.
Joey Landreth.
Your other guitarist.
Eric Clapton.
Your bass player.
Pino Palladino.
Your vocalist.
Freddie Mercury.
And
you will be?
Yeah, I'll play guitar. Let me play guitar. It would be amazing. Can you imagine that? Oh, do you know what, though? Again, back in the late 80s and the early 90s, there actually were supergroups like that. Do you see the Networth, was it 1990, big Nordolf Robbins charity Networth thing? Like the final thing is like Phil Collins on drums, Paul McCartney, Eric Clapton, Mark Knopfler, Mark King on bass. Could have had Mark King on bass. Those things actually did happen back in the day. That doesn't
happen anymore.
What even is it's like, I don't know, it's like you get the bloke from Coldplay and the bloke from, I don't know, Ed Sheeran or whatever, and that's a supergroup. It doesn't really happen anymore, do they?
No. I saw John Mayer did something with Ed Sheeran recently, didn't he? But I don't know if that was more of a
super
promo.
duos rather than super groups, don't you?
Yeah, you don't get a lot of bands anymore, supergroup-wise, do you?
No. I mean, Toto is still a supergroup, aren't they?
Oh my God, I didn't pick Steve Lukather.
Sorry, mate.
You can't add any more now.
Yeah.
We'll close the openings.
Bummer.
Yeah. Right, we've got a really hard bit now.
This is the hardest bit.
And no pressure, because you've got some flipping legends in this band. Name the band.
Name your dream band, baby.
Yeah, I have got a name here, and I thought it's kind of funky and then I looked at it and go, it's a shit name as well. So I apologise. I've called it Guild Force.
Guild Force,
as in Guildford.
As in Guildford / Rising Force. Obviously nothing to do with Rising Force. Guild Force. Why not? Because it sort of sounds a bit like Guildford. The Americans will not be able to say it or spell it, which is probably a mistake if we want to try and break America.
Yeah.
We can leave America be. Leave them alone.
Yeah, G-Force, Guild Force. I don't know, man. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, G-Force.
It could be shortened to G-Force.
Yeah, G-Force.
G-Force. Maybe G-Force. I mean, it is a shit name. I apologise in advance about that. But
no, we've had some terrible names.
We've had a lot worse than that.
I'm going. Guild Force, or we'll shorten it to G-Force in a way that all the good bands seem to sort of shorten their.
Yeah.
Zep. The Stones. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, we could even just be the Force, couldn't we? Well, that's maybe not. I don't know. That sounds like something else, doesn't it? Sounds like an 80s. Television police drama, doesn't it?
It does sound 80s, yeah. I think we can stick with Guild Force.
Guild Force.
Yeah. Great name.
I can imagine the name.
So,
Lee, thank you so much for getting involved with this, mate. It's been a pleasure.
Dan, that was a pleasure and a fun way to spend 45 minutes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, do you want to just let the listeners know where you can be found? And
wow, if anybody wants to find me after this, yes, Wormwood Scrubs. No, yes, you can. I am on Instagram and Facebook. I am Captain Anderton, and on YouTube it is the Andertons Music YouTube channel. Or you can come to Guildford and come to the store, and I am here most days, and more than happy to come and say hello if you want me to.
Brilliant.
Well, we'll be down at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Come and visit you.
Yeah. Right, you
cheers, chaps.
Have a great weekend, mate.
I now have a staff annual review to do. So there we are.
Lovely.
From the highlights of picking your own band to the sort of the daily the grind of what it's really like to show up.
Well, you can just daydream about this band, can't you?
Yeah, I will.
All right,
if
bud.
any of those members see this podcast and want to explore the opportunity further,
Get in touch.
Get in touch.
absolutely.
G-force.
All right. Okay, catch you later, guys. Thanks
Cheers,
a lot.
dude.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Dude.
Hey.
Here he is.
So it's a bit of a slogan now, isn't it? Bit of a
It just comes naturally.
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Here he is, after his way. Which, you know what? I don't like, but you know.
It's too late now. It's cemented in. Until we have a rebrand, which is on its way. Dude, how good was this?
Are we
interview?
rebranding so I can have another co-host?
Yeah, I was going to say you can rebrand without me. Who are you going to get in? Who would you have? Who would be your dream? Yeah,
my dream
I
co-host.
think probably Bob Mortimer. I think you'd switch me out for Bob Mortimer.
You'd be gone.
Yeah.
I'd never talk to you or see you again if I had the chance of Bob Mortimer being next to me. No, obviously, no offence intended there.
Oh yeah. No, I can't.
And who about
no,
you?
so I can't compete.
What about you? Who would you have instead of me here? If you could pick anyone, your dream co-host. Who's it going to be?
I don't know. It's
Someone like Mark Tremonti?
No, it'd have to be someone funny because I think that's the enjoyable thing about this pod.
Oh,
it?
is that a compliment?
Yeah. But I mean, it's like someone like David Mitchell would be funny, but
Not with that voice.
He's not particularly a music. I don't think he's a music fan.
Oh, would his voice not annoy
Anyway,
you?
it's not happening. This is the.
Oh, cheers. I'm never getting my dream co-host then. No,
No, you're still with me.
I want Bob Mortimer.
I want you to have Bob Mortimer.
Yeah, you're not staying though. If Bob comes,
Well,
you're out.
Well, if he's doing the editing.
I'll have to just step up. Where Bob's not going to do any editing, is he?
No, he's not going to. No.
Anyway, it was
Yeah.
great to have Lee from Andertons on.
Yeah, great. It was nice to have a proper good chat, good catch up, listen to his backstory and stuff. And I've watched, like I said before, I've watched so many Andertons videos.
It's great. Andertons TV. Is it Andertons TV?
Andertons TV, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of things that you watch where through the years, you just watch things develop and
Yeah.
you
get hooked. You get hooked over the years, do you?
You get hooked to the personality, which is what we talked about at the beginning.
You get emotionally invested
Yeah.
in these characters.
Whereas, like, sometimes I'm not even that bothered about what's being demoed. I'm just like, I'm there for a bit of banter, really.
I like Scott's bass lessons, their YouTube content. I mean, with Ian, Allison and Scott.
He's great.
I don't care who they have on, bass-wise and stuff. I'm just there for them to talk shit about bass.
Yeah.
And I love it. Same thing with Andertons TV. Because it doesn't matter what product they're displaying or anything, does it? It's just about them.
Absolutely. And they don't just exclusively promote things that they sell in the store as well. They're happy to promote all the things. So
it's general, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love it. Right, dude. So are we going to start the evaluation process?
Let's start the evaluation process.
Indeed. So, up first, who is he? There's Lee.
Well, let's talk about Lee.
There's Lee from Andertons.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier, but it's been great witnessing like how Lee's playing's developed.
Yeah, you've seen it from the start, haven't you?
I've seen it, and it's a great thing to see. And then if you want to check out his playing, listeners, Andertons have done some like live studio recordings in Universal Audio's like all singing, all dancing recording studios. That was good.
Nice.
And they've done like loads of cover. I think primarily the ones I've seen have been like John Mayer based, which is definitely the arena that I associate Lee with, which is a good thing. So I really like John Mayer's music. So
it's very chill, isn't it? Very smooth.
It's class.
It's lovely.
Yeah, so go over there and check that out. And then obviously, if you're looking for any kind of gear demos, head over to Andertons TV. I mean, if you're listening to this episode, I'm sure you know what Lee's all about.
Yeah, there's loads on Instagram as well. I on my stream, I always see it. So
is it a regular thing on your feed now?
This is a regular thing on my feed, yes.
A regular thing on your feed. A regular thing on your feed.
I don't know if that needed a little sample, Danny, but there you go. You've done one. Well done.
Yeah, so
well
great.
Done to you.
It's going to be great with Lee on guitar. I don't know. I mean, he said he's going to upgrade his vocal to a Richie Sambora-esque kind of vocal.
But that's always a positive, isn't it?
That's always a winner in my books.
Indeed. So yeah, decent.
Yeah. Right. On drums.
On drums, we have John Bonham from the incredible Led Zeppelin.
JB.
What do you think? Good choice, Danny?
Well, rock solid.
Rock solid choice. We listened to something from one of the live EPs, didn't we? In
Yes.
fact, was it just called Live EP?
It's called Live EP, and it was released last year. The actual track was recorded at Earl's Court in 1975. All those years
That's an
ago.
old one, isn't it? That is.
Yeah.
Well before we were born.
You know what? I don't know if you find this, but I think about the 70s, and I still sometimes get tricked in thinking that I think it's because my date has been hardwired to the millennium.
Yeah.
So I think of
we've
the
got
70s as like 30 years ago. But then I sit there and think, hold on a minute. No.
No.
It's nowhere near 30 years ago.
50 odd years ago now.
Yeah.
50 years ago. It's mental, isn't it, when you think
Mad.
of it that way? But it's a great recording, to be honest. And his drums, Danny, he's got an incredibly high snare drum in it. Just pointing that out for that track.
Always happy.
Always great. It
kind of
snaps away, doesn't it? Snaps at you.
Well, it's unusual, though, to have... He's got, like, dynamically... I suppose he's got his toms between, but his kick drum is so low. It's very subby, isn't it?
It is.
And because he's renowned for having this, like, big bass drum. And then the snare is much higher than I remember.
Low tire.
Yeah. His fills were lovely, though.
Yeah, and I think you said this, Danny, they start and end in weird places. Well, non-conventional places.
Non-conventional. Now, whether or not they were intended that way, or if it was just feeling the moment.
It's feeling the prog. Feeling the prog in that moment it was.
Well, I think Led Zeppelin were quite proggy at times.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
It was a very proggy band in a way.
Proper powerhouse. And what a treat it would be to play alongside him,
It'd be up there, wouldn't it?
Yeah. He's like, is it Mount Rushmore?
Well, of drummers.
He's
The Mount Rushmore of
the Mount
drummers.
Rushmore of drummers. You'd etch his face
Who
into
else would
that
you
rock.
etch in there?
Ooh, that's a good question, isn't it? I suppose Ginger Baker's in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd personally throw Roger Taylor in there. A lot of people might say that.
Yeah, you've been praising Roger quite a bit recently, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his drumming style. Who else would I throw in there? A lot of the drummers I listen to these days are like modern drummers. Oh, Bill Ward.
Bill Ward would be
gotta
up
be up
there,
there.
yeah. I think mine would probably be all modern ones, so...
Blake Richardson.
He'd be on mine, definitely.
Well, I mean, Portnoy's at that status, isn't he? He really is.
He's at a status where he could mould his face out of, like, rock.
Yeah.
And it'd be all right, wouldn't it?
It'd be all right.
I don't think you get that too many arguments off it about it.
No. Dude, the drummer from Sleep Token, jeez.
2.
He is absolutely
That's his name.
incredible.
He'd be there as well, but that'd be a weird look in the rock, wouldn't it? You
Yeah.
have all these, like, rock drummers' faces and then the garbed face of 2 from Sleep Token.
But, all these modern drummers they're resting on the shoulders of these giants.
They wouldn't be here today, would they, without people like John Bonham, so...
We all owe a debt of gratitude to these wonders of our time.
And then you've created it in rock now, so well done.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Right, next. Let's work up, shall we?
Oh, you're working upwards.
We've got on guitar, classed as rhythm guitar, but he is playing some lead as well.
He is.
The incredible Joey Landreth of Brothers Landreth.
We're going to see him soon.
Yep, need to get tickets.
Everybody needs to get tickets, yes.
We listened to a track off it was their debut album called Let It Lie.
Oh, was it debut?
Yeah, it's epic. I love the first track. The reason why I picked that one is because I wanted to show you the guitar tone.
Well, you are a big fan, aren't you?
I'm a
You're
huge,
a very big fan.
a massive fan of this guy, and I like his songwriting. I love his vocal. I love his phrasing. His slide work is just
It's very enjoyable.
otherworldly.
It's not necessarily the music I'd listen to on a daily basis, but I enjoyed Ariel Posen. I loved seeing him live as well, so I can't wait to see the Joey. Is it Landreth? Is it both of them when we see him live? Is it Landreth Brothers or is it just Joey?
Yeah, it's both of them.
It's both of them,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, both of them. Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy the show because it's incredibly dynamic, and the way it's almost like the show's breathing with you there.
Is it Rescue Room? Is it Is it Rescue Rooms?
I think it is Rescue Rooms.
Cool.
Yeah, but
Decent.
it's got like it's the placement. It's this like vocal like tone. I'm in particular on that track when I was listening to it. I mean, you wanted to know if he played Strats, which he does. He does play Strats. He's just got a signature. It's Duesenberg.
Oh yeah.
They're really
cool,
nice.
yeah.
In fact, his signature looks stunning. It's really, really cool, like classy, really classy, like a kind of like Cadillac looking inspired guitar. On this particular track we listened to, it sounds like the vocal tone of a 335.
Yeah.
And I think once you hear that tone, it's you can pick it. It's like Larry Carlton used them, Eric Clapton used them. Everybody's used a 335 at some point. but it's got that like Dumble-esque kind of tone, which is it's like the ultimate tone that people chase after.
It cuts through well.
Yeah, but it's like creamy as well as being cutting, isn't it?
Creamy and cutting.
It's like a sharp cream.
It's like a Werther's Original sliced in half. It's cutting
Ooh.
and creamy.
The original grandfather's confectionery. Who's up next?
Who we got? We got Pino Palladino on bass, dude.
Sick name, sick bass player. And the album we listened to was Continuum, John Mayer.
It's so smooth.
What was the track called?
It was... what was it called?
Vultures.
Vultures, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking... I was going through the lyrics in my head then.
Mate,
It babbles away. It's like one of the old 60s players, you know, for his like smoothness and groove. It's just beautiful, isn't it?
Like
it babbles
a modern...
away and then like expands a little bit as it goes on.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful playing.
He remains connected to the drive of the song, no matter what he's doing, doesn't
like perfect. Like you wouldn't change anything about those bass lines, would you? It's just like it doesn't overplay.
And it doesn't underplay.
Like you can't get,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get better than that, can you?
No, you can't.
And
really.
it sounds lovely as well at the same time.
Yeah, dude, he's got a driving bass groove. He's on the money, and in particular, that album it's just a pleasure to revisit. For me personally, whenever I go back to it, it's like
I always enjoy it because you always stick it on.
I don't think you want to enjoy it.
I do.
But
It's that kind of music. I don't want to like it, but you know what?
it's great.
I do like it.
Yeah.
I like all the. I can't hate it. Can't hate it as much as I want to because you love it so much.
So far, this is a powerhouse of a band. Next, we're going to talk about the lead vocalist.
Are we?
Yes,
You're not going. Okay.
No, 'cause this is the way you wanted it.
There's a reason.
Freddie Mercury. It's not the first time.
It's not the first. It won't be the last time.
And I'm surprised he's not picked more often, to be fair, because for me, he is the all-time...
Well, we were sat
Best
in
frontman.
your living room the other day watching Queen live, weren't we?
Yeah, at the Rainbow.
At the Rainbow,
Yeah,
yeah.
1974,
Which
I
you
believe that
recommended
was.
to me before to watch, and then we always end up bloody watching the same things again.
Yeah, you know what? I think probably, you can absolutely shoot me down if I'm wrong here, but there's so many
be
bands
happy
that
to.
you've, like, sort of thrown my way and, like, made me get, like, immersed in.
Forced.
And I'm grateful. But I feel like maybe, because I don't know what your relationship with Queen was before, but with the albums that I suggested, I think that probably like turned you on to Queen a little bit more than you was originally. Am I right?
No, you're right. Because the older stuff I'd not really listened to much before.
I think a lot of people don't get,
I mean,
they're not exposed to it.
you get exposed enough to the classics, don't you? Like all the hits. But there's a lot more to them than that, isn't there?
Yeah, loads.
Like-
yeah.
Like the prog stuff, like it's early prog rock, isn't it? I suppose. Well, it's prog rock, I suppose.
What
The earlier stuff. It's more rocky.
Yeah, it's definitely more rocky. It's definitely more raw. It's definitely more proggy. It's more experimental. But for me, it was like it was exciting to be on that. When I discovered like in particular the second album, it was almost like you were on that journey with them, discovering their sound and like discovering their identity.
The magic of Queen's still there, isn't it?
Yeah.
The magic's still there.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
I mean, all the hits, I suppose, are probably more full bore, if anything.
Yeah. But you know, when you really think about it, though, they're a real band of misfits, aren't they? And it shouldn't really work. It shouldn't really work, should it? Like how...
It's
but
madness.
it just does.
Yeah, but like perfectly.
I suppose like completely different ingredients creates a great meal.
Oh, chef.
Well, just a bit of like variety. Variety is the spice of life, Daniel.
It is indeed, yes. But yeah, I mean, Freddie, we can't say a bad thing about him, can we?
Yeah, he's got impeccable vocal phrasing and how he wrote his lines around some of that real complex music and those chord progressions and those movements.
Yeah, because he doesn't do anything simple, does he? He doesn't choose the simplest route through. He'll go all over the place. I mean, he'll go over something complex with something equally as complex, and it works. It blends.
Well, don't you think it complements whatever the music's doing?
Well, yeah, it works. Yeah, it works in every way.
It's probably because he played piano. You know, because he had this appreciation of...
Yeah.
And obviously theatre. There's so much theatre in it, isn't there?
What I mean, frontman-wise.
Yeah. Well, I think musically as well. I think it's got that theatre, especially the earlier stuff.
Yeah, when he goes higher, yeah, it's madness.
So much grit and emotion in his vocal. And then for me, whenever you listen to him, he's got this ability to feel like he's singing to you.
Yeah.
And that's something that's quite rare, isn't it?
Personal touch.
Yeah.
A personal... it's just a shame he's gone, but we've resurrected for this band yet again.
Yes.
Is this the same one we've resurrected for the other bands?
Yeah.
Is it the same Freddie, or are we cloning now?
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know,
Well, I mean,
because he's in a few bands so far, isn't he? So I think we're going to have to start cloning.
well, I mean, there are different eras as well.
We can now clone the dead.
But
Is that our new claim?
I think Lee would have chosen the kind of Magic era, Yellow Jacket.
Yeah. Okay.
Freddie.
Yeah.
I think he would have gone for that one
So we're cloning and resurrecting from that time period
in that form.
in that form. Okay. Cool. It's nice to clarify, isn't it?
Yes. Right, last member.
Is the lead guitarist?
It's only Eric fucking Clapton.
Oh, wasn't expecting that profanity there.
Well, he's another legend, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
mad.
What can you say about Eric Clapton?
He's etched in the wall of...
Guitar. Oh my God, we're not doing another one. He is etched though. He's etched in the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
yeah, he stood there shoulder to shoulder with Hendrix, isn't he? He's like in that era of... with Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
You know,
For lead guitar,
Jimmy
like,
Page.
you could trust him with anything, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And what songs did we listen to, Danny?
Well, we listened to Bad Love, which is... I know that Lee mentioned that journeyman kind of era of his solo stuff. Such a good riff.
Brilliant.
And then there's... I think you picked up on it straight away after the main riff. There's instantly a key change into the verse. It's like,
I'm all for it.
we don't do that anymore.
Why do we not do that anymore? Like, it's instant key change into the first verse, and you're like, it hits you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's like, buckle up.
I was like, key change?
You're in for a ride. We're not staying in this key. We're moving.
If the key, I mean, if this was Westlife, they'd stand up straight away. And you know what I mean? You don't do that anymore, do you?
Is it? I think it's a key change down, which is unusual.
So they'd sit down. Is that what you're telling me?
yeah. Well, you're going to be standing for that riff, mate.
Oh,
aren't
God.
you?
Oh,
You're up there at the front.
he's so vocal with his lead lines.
Yeah,
though.
he always has been, hasn't he?
And they're instantly catchy.
Yeah.
Like they're like earworms, aren't they?
Well,
Every single bit is like an earworm.
It's so, like, attached with his vocal lines. It's
Yeah.
like an intrinsic kind of thing that's going on, isn't it? And, like, his vocal is so smooth, but then he can add that, like, grit on top of it when he really wants to. And it's just... Yeah, I love it.
You're a big fan, aren't you? Big fan.
I am a big fan. But there is obviously different eras, isn't there? He did, like, when he started to move into the blues realm, because he started to go a lot more, like, pure blues... That's when I started to lose a little bit of interest. I like that. I like the era of Cream.
Yeah.
Through to like the 80s kind of yacht rock stuff.
80s cheese.
I love it. I love all the cheese.
Call it cheese, but
Yeah.
I like it as well. So.
I think that's my favourite era. But his acoustic stuff, he did like an MTV Unplugged album, I think. I used to enjoy listening to that. But loads of groove and just like the loads of little motifs that are... around the melodies, the vocal melodies and everything.
Added specials.
Yeah. Added specials. Sounds dodgy.
Yeah, I've not listened to his blues stuff, but yeah, you kind of lose me at blues.
Yeah, I'll be honest, mate. I'd advise you to just give it a miss because you
know what I'm like.
Yeah,
don't
you don't like blues, and it's not.
It's not that don't like. I'm going to try and do one of your things. Then. It's not that I don't like blues. It's that I find it all sounds the same.
What I like a lot. I like a lot of blues, but the kind of blues I like is a lot more. I like blues that's a lot more raw and a bit. Yeah, it's a bit train tracky.
12-bar blues.
Yeah.
No, thank you. But I'm sure it probably sounds better than that with Eric Clapton playing it.
If there's one kind of blues that I would recommend to you, it's probably a blues that you might be able to like kind of dip your toe with and listen to a couple of tracks and like enjoy it for what it is. Is Philip Sace.
Never heard of him.
So he used to play guitar for Jeff Healey. So have you seen the film Roadhouse with
Yes.
Patrick Swayze. You know the guitarist who's blind who plays the guitar on his lap. That's Jeff Healey.
Oh.
The Canadian guitar player.
I think you've mentioned him before. I think.
Yeah, I think because I saw him. He came to Rescue Rooms, played there.
That's probably where you talked to me about it.
But Philip Sage used to play for him, and then he went solo, and he's class. Okay. But it's like blues rock, kind of gritty. Yeah, it's dirty.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you my.
I'll send you
my review.
I'll send you a few tracks to. It's undeniable that he's great.
Okay,
Right. But we're not talking about him. We're talking about Eric Clapton.
But what's happened, Danny? What's occurred?
Oh yeah.
What's occurred?
Lee, what have you done to us? There's been a rule break.
And why is it a rule break? Because
the one fucking song that we picked out to listen to, Bad Love, only has Pino playing bass on it.
and on that whole album, he only plays bass on that one track.
But we can't ignore it now. It's like
because we listened to that first bit of the bass line in the song, and it was like smooth and bloody fretless. And I was like, what bass player is that? And who did you think it was at first? I can't remember his name now. Oh, it's gone anyway. And it was for the rest of the album.
Yeah.
That one track. I mean, it did sound like Pino with a fretless, didn't it? That one track, it was Pino Palladino.
So we'll work out the punishment
as we go through this process. But for anyone listening, there has been a rule break, and there will be a consequence. Is that the band? That's the band, isn't it? Yeah, great choices.
So we're going to talk about the band name.
And what is the band name, Danny?
Is Guild Force.
Guild Force.
Yeah. Also known as.
I think I know what you're doing already. I think I know what you're doing already for this. Ground Force.
Guild Force. Well, I think a suitable punishment for having a band member that was in the worked together. He knew the rules.
Okay.
Rules.
I feel like you're being slightly harsh here, but from your implied punishment.
Right, so Guild Force, pretty cool name. It could be abbreviated for G-Force.
It could be indeed.
It automatically made me think of Ground Force, the
gardening show,
the gardening show with Charlie Dimmick and Alan Tishmarsh. So right, let's get our heads together. What's the punishment?
I think maybe that third image there with Guild Force underneath it, which implies that the band are Alan Titchmarsh, that other bloke, and Charlie Dimmock.
The other bloke, nobody knows his name.
What do you think to that?
What, he's losing all his members?
No, just for the t-shirt.
Just for the t-shirt. It's like... I think suitable punishment is to replace. He has to choose. We choose one member
to get rid of
and replace them with Charlie Dimmock.
What big question here?
No, that's too harsh.
Big question: is it Charlie Dimmock there or Charlie Dimmock now?
Chili Dimmock.
Charlie Dimmock.
Because you're looking at her nipples.
They're looking at me. So is it Charlie Dimmock there now? Or then? Now or then?
It's probably too harsh a punishment, that is. It's probably too harsh, isn't it?
Especially get rid of Eric Clapton and put Charlie Dimmock in his place. I mean, she can handle a spade. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I don't know where I can go with that.
I don't know what I'm implying, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, maybe he's got to choose a member of Ground Force to be in this band as well. They may be a hindrance. Well, there will be a hindrance, won't they? But they might be good at moving some shit around.
On additional vocal? Or...
Well, he has to force him into the band somehow.
Percussion.
He has to ground force him into the band somehow. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? That's a punishment then.
Yeah. Okay.
A member of Ground Force has to be added to Guild Force. We
don't care which member. It can be rotated as and when.
Yeah, it can be Titchmarsh, it can be Dimmock, it can be the other bloke no one knows the name of. No offence, obviously.
Right.
Soz.
Okay, consider that that's a suitable punishment for...
What about a t-shirt?
For rule breaking. And now that Ground Force are involved, that opens up a whole world of opportunities, doesn't it?
Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Put your money where your mouth is. Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Put your money where your mouth is.
Gardening opportunities, yes.
Yes.
The whole all the band doing some gardening.
Every band member in like silhouette form holding a piece of garden apparatus.
What, as like their instrument maybe?
Yeah. Like a pitchfork, pickaxe.
A pickaxe?
Yeah.
Is that a general gardener's tool?
Well, it's...
Or are they forming the bloody guitar drummer wall of...
Oh, I like it. You've tied it in. You've tied it in.
God, try a little go, Anna. What do you think then? Are we going for that?
Yeah.
And then what, the logo made of like soft touchable grass or something like that? Because we've been adding
Yeah, we could do, yeah.
different materials recently to our
I was
t-shirts.
thinking
haven't we?
like clay.
Clay?
Yeah.
Claggy
But-
clay?
Claggy clay.
Like dried claggy
You
clay?
couldn't really wash it very well though, could you?
It'd probably wash away, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe some AstroTurf.
Yeah, or slab.
That's going to make it quite heavy, but I'm fine with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's going to break a few washing machines. So slab.
Slab.
And then the members of this band with gardening implements in their hands.
Yeah.
It feels like quite a harsh punishment overall, doesn't it? But
It's an amazing lineup though.
It is
And
an
which
amazing
takes us
lineup.
on to the next question. Would you go and see this band?
yes, I would. Especially with Charlie Dimmock's green fingers at the side. It's an amazing band, dude. Pino Palladino, Eric Clapton, John Bonham. Like, you've seen them for just those guys, aren't you?
Yeah.
One of those guys would be enough for me to go and see this band. What about you?
Yeah, I'm there. Absolutely.
Where are you standing?
Sound desk. Naturally.
Naturally next Sunday.
There's no point even asking that question
There's not
anymore.
anymore,
'Cause
is
I'm
there?
just there, sound desk.
No, straight there, straight away.
Yeah.
So you would go and see
Yeah,
that
I'll be
band.
there with you. Yeah.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
If we get tickets on the same day at the same venue.
Well, we're going to buy them together, of course, aren't we?
Okay.
As we always do.
Well,
We'll come to the end of the pod.
that was a pleasure.
Of course,
Yeah.
always a pleasure.
Thank you to Lee for getting involved with this. It was brilliant guy, brilliant to chat with him.
Go and buy all your instruments at Andertons.
Yep, head down to Andertons if you're looking for new equipment. Anything from the guitar range to vocals to bass to keyboards to drums to music technology. Or that dodgy fucking instrument they added in his... What was it called?
What the fuck was that again?
Wait, I made a note.
Wait.
Wait.
He one-upped us. We displayed the bugle to him, and he was like, wait, I've got something better than a bugle.
A phono fiddle. Maybe we can get a member from Ground Force playing the phono fiddle.
Charlie Dimmock, let's get her in.
Right, we've sealed it in. We've locked it in.
The punishment is, for the rule break, Charlie Dimmock now joins the band playing a phono fiddle. Boom.
There we go.
I think that'd be a pleasure.
That'd be great.
She's got to learn how to play it first.
Yeah, I hope it's not like a harmonica where you have to get one that's in the right key.
Oh, do you? I didn't even know
Yeah.
that about harmonicas.
Yeah.
Oh, so when people blast out the harmonica, they can just play anything because it's all in the key of the music. Is that right?
Yeah. As far as I know, I've not fact-checked
Because
that.
I've always been quite impressed with, like, like a guitarist will blast out a bloody harmonica and they're like,
Wait.
hang on, I think he's fetching a harmonica. Right, oh, that's a tambourine. Right, it's in the box of goodies. He's got one.
It's golden melody. Don't catch your moustache.
Why why is it
bricks it up.
is it mechanical? Oh god, it's dusty, I think.
It's been there a lot. It's been there a while.
Was that all in one key? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, make sure you give us a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, spread the word. We need you to keep promoting this podcast for us.
Spreaders like VD. Well, it's something, isn't it? It's something to say, Danny.
Could have said something else though, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, I'll say it again. Spreaders like VD. Syphilis. You don't get syphilis nowadays, do you? Well, you might do. But one I've always avoided, thankfully.
Depends who you're mingling with. Anyway, we've got nothing better to say.
No.
Until next time, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
We're so sorry to see